Jesus freak here. I ain't aware of too many things. I know what I know, if you know what I mean. So, in the process of doing a little research on parachurch organization, I wound up finding yet another ministry that publishes Bibles. And I'm going to see, how they're getting on, how they're doing, how their Bibles are, and might add them to my stash. And it might be weird, I'm the type of person who likes to have like a variety of stuff. And my Bible stash that I have for giving away is no different. And I mean, yeah, I've ordered a lot of Bibles that's still yet to come. Like the other day, I ordered a few Holmans. I'm like, you know, last time I was to Ollie's, I dug up some Zondies. I dug up a couple Nelsons, some Hendricksons. Didn't really see any Holmans, which is odd. Well, CSB doesn't count, neither does NKJV. So, but I'm like, you usually see a bunch of King James Holmans lying around at Ollie's. So here I am, and I'm looking around, and I strike out if I'm looking for Holmans. There's always Holmans. So I ordered some online, just some cheap ones. I ordered some Bibles from American Bible Society. Of course, they published the TEV and the CEV. I wouldn't touch those with a 10-foot pole for the giveaways. But I've seen King James versions from them, but they're hit or miss. So I want to see, are they hit or are they miss? I'm guessing since this is an older edition that it should be fine. But once I've burned out the major publishers, what's left, and I'm left with just the obscure ones. And, well, that's what I'm going to be doing later next week or the week after, whenever everything's here. I'll be, hunting down obscure Bibles, buying them, and reviewing them. Now I know, most people out there that are reviewing Bibles are looking for the fancy ones that they'll show you. They like how great the leather is. They talk about how big the yap is. They talk about the art gilding and the Beresford ribbons. And nothing about what's inside. I think you got it all backwards. Most of the Bibles I buy, they're bonded leather, they're synthetic leather, they're paperback, hardback. You hardly ever see me dig up a leather Bible. I don't care about fancy Bibles. I like a workhorse Bible. And you see the Bibles I buy, most of the ones I review. These are cheap Bibles. These are workhorse Bibles. That's always been my preference. But it has the advantage, if it's inexpensive, you can buy a bunch of them and give them out. You're not going to be doing that with your R.L. Allens and your Skylers. You could do it with Cambridge if you know what you're doing, but and I'm doing it with Cambridge. I do it with Trinitarian. Heck, I'm doing it with church Bible publishers, and they're mostly higher end because they offer lower end Bibles. That's more than what I'm looking for. But I think at some point, with these fancier and fancier Bibles, the Bible becomes, an object of its own, an idol of its own. And it's not the outside of the book that matters. I talk about Smith-sewn perfect bound because that does make a difference. I don't care about the leather, but I show you what happens in a perfect bound book that's left around for decades. It just falls apart in your hands. That's why Smith-sewn is important. That thing's built like a brick house. It ain't going to go anywhere. If I find a book that's perfect bound, I'm going to want to tell people. Maybe they don't want it. You don't need a fancy leather book just to have one that's going to last you decades. But that's just, it's a matter of opinion and a matter of taste. I think it's more important to keep to the low end. And that makes, I guess, my reviews different because a lot of my reviews focus on stuff that's more of practical importance. Jesus freak out.